What's happening, you kind folks? Welcome into the Ipaintcreatures YouTube channel. Always like to start these videos by welcoming all the new people checking out the videos. Usually what I do is I show you a speed paint of some of my past work in the archives, my journey on my fantastical illustration and painting journey. And today I'd like to gracefully and gratefully thank all the returning people. Come on in, get your creature cushion, start chillaxing here for a few minutes. And today I'm taking you back to the Creaturpedia. And the Creaturpedia, I'll leave a link up above there that will tell you all about what the Creaturpedia is. It's a sketchbook series I've been doing for several years now that I've filled up with probably 2,500 characters and creatures from my world, story world, MATSU. And a lot of the funky eye puppets coming out of there. I mean, not a lot of them, but you know, the creativity is just flowing at an abundant speed, and I'm so grateful and thankful I have those abilities. But today I'd like to talk to you about a quote that says, "The desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of the human soul." And at least in my life, it's definitely been a cornerstone and a main pillar in everything I do. It allows me to take these really deep sourced ideas that I came in the world from, and to basically to make my way and solve problems and occupy my expansive mind and feed my mental faculties, which are wonder, creativity, imagination, intuition, and just the will to express things that weren't there before. And I truly believe that creating over complaining and blaming, which we were all raised to do for some reason, and it's kind of a survival technique. But I think when you really tap into what is known as the flow experience, not going with the flow, flowing in the sense that you get into something that is at the base of my Japanese culture, was a term called ikigai. And ikigai is definitely finding your purpose and applying that creativity to it and making things that weren't there before you arrived, and leaving enough flavor and finesse in the way you do things, and always acknowledging that you're coming from a great universal pool of creativity that's been going on ever since the Big Bang, or ever since how this beautiful Mother Earth came to us. And it's it doesn't have to be completely applied to drawing and painting and poetry. It could be applied to all of your thinking if you come from that source place where what you can create comes from that passion and that desire to be alive and make something exist that didn't exist before. And also incredible way to solve problems and move intensely through your days and your life, because you can create things and take a whole bunch of components, things that have inspired you, that have invoked you, that have put it inside you, to dig into that place that you're totally unique and you're original, and your beauty shines forth. And then it just becomes this process where it's very circular, and it makes itself around and makes it back into who you are. And learned a lot from my grandmother, which in Japanese is Obachan. And my grandmother, she, I think, chose not to speak English after, the atomic bomb and Pearl Harbor and all that happening, though she was in the Japanese internment camps, even though she was a American citizen. And so I learned a lot from her modeling and just moving, and she was a fantastical poet and chanter and folklore storyteller, and everything she did always ended with a smile. As she got older, she used to use this term called dokosho, and it's kind of an old Japanese term that we really couldn't look up and figure out exactly what it literally means. But every time she got up to move or, express herself, even in her later years with her face, it would be just a smile and kind of a mischief little giggle and laugh. And I think the base of it was creativity. And Dokusho I came to know as I believe in my strength, or I believe in what I can create, and I believe like why I came here, my purpose, and allows everything to just flow like the mighty rivers. Some of the most coolest poems I love to do, and I'm doing a character here that really pretty much is driven by music and water, and they're pretty much simultaneously the same thing. Water and music, they flow. And the more you like get out there in the jam session with music, or just hear it before it arrives, that's a lot of that creative, deep part of our human soul. The water pool underneath. And I believe a lot of the way I do arts is to reveal that human soul and reveal who I am, so I have a little more intentional focus of what I am here to do. And it definitely comes to creativity, if it be even in entrepreneur, creating an original idea out of yourself first, and then pursuing that by creating and building and taking it one step at a time, but also believing, when you think from and you go beyond kind of the borderlines, things seem to just like roll right into place, and it's beautiful. And everything is based on the Mother Nature and things that have come before. But definitely one way to always create is to observe a lot and wonder a lot and be in full curiosity, and then you can bring forth your human desire to create. So go out there and create, do your thing, make the magic, and I'll talk to you real soon. Thank you for watching the video.